About needs, the roots of human behavior. Do you know what you need? This is the lesson 4 of 7. Optimize the relationships from Break the Cycle. It's actually the lesson 4.6, 2.1 and 2.12 from the website, okay? As always, the sources are down below. We can read it together, okay? This article focuses on something that every human and animal is faced with every moment, discerning and satisfying current needs, discomforts. This article covers the basic premises about needs, a summary of common primary needs, premises about who's responsible for filling current needs, an exercise in identifying the service and primary needs, a summary of Dr. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. I'm sorry. And 4 implications of this hierarchy. This article assumes you are familiar with the introduction to this website and the premises underlining it. Well, I would say all the previous videos from this from the playlist I've created called Break Cycle in English. Okay, awareness and dig down relationship skills. Premises: see how these ideas compare with your beliefs. Human needs are physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual discomforts. All animals, including humans, are needy. All human behaviors, including thinking and communicating, aims to reduce current needs. Satisfying and filling current needs causes satisfaction. Being unable to identify or fill current needs causes frustration. Unaware, people confuse frustration with anger because they feel the same. Seeing no way to fill major long-term needs causes hopelessness and despair. Filling enough current needs causes temporarily happiness, peace, and occasionally joy. Typical needs are usually higher in priority than wants. Your needs range from priority to intermediate to surface and from immediate to long-term. Most people are unaware of this and focus on filling surface on immediate needs rather than the primary needs that cause them. This usually takes temporary satisfaction at best, because symptoms of primary needs, problems or bad habits, keep reappearing. This can promote frustration, self-doubt, blame, conflict, discouragement, and resignation. These corrode self-confidence and relationships, lower the nurturing level of families and other groups, and promote divorce and illnesses. Implication: intentionally trying to identify and satisfy yours and other primary needs promotes serenity, security, peace, and satisfaction. Do you agree? Awareness and dig down skills, lesson 2, can help you identify primary needs like this. Common primary needs. Tailor this list to fit your beliefs and life experience. How would you prioritize these needs in your life now? How would you partner your parents and each dependent? Note that people usually have groups of these needs simultaneously, which can make naming each of them challenge. Option: try saying each of these out loud. I need to stay personally aware and self-accepting. I am okay. Give and receive enough nurturing versus toxic love. Find and keep enough current personal serenity. Clarify my personal identity. Who am I? Make enough sense out of life experiences. Find and keep genuine self-respect and self-love. Develop and use my personal talents and enjoy the results without guilt. Find and keep enough personal security, emotional comfort. Maintain current and physical comfort. Get clear feedback, mirroring of other people. Okay? Make enough sense out of life experiences, reduce confusion. Opportunities and freedoms to nurture. Select other people. Find and commune with my higher power. Stay motivated to grow despite obstacles and awareness. Get enough comfort, support during conflict, change, and loss. Clarify and pursue the gain, meaning, purpose, goal, and mission of my life. Freedoms to learn about the world and use my knowledge. Forgive myself and people who disappoint, hurt, and betray me. Identify, assert, enforce my personal boundaries. Get enough nurturing versus toxic humor, play, and laughter. Identify, overcome, and or adapt to my fears, confusions, and self-doubts. Accept and adapt to my limitations without shame or guilt. Mourn my losses, broken emotional bonds well. This is very important. It's the fourth chapter, to forgive yourself and to do grieving. Yeah? Choose and act on my own short and long-term priorities. Keep enough hope for future satisfactions and relief from discomfort. Get enough healthy stimulation, physical touching and comforting. Find social acceptance and appreciation and avoid isolating and loneliness. Balance daily and long-term work, play and rest. Evolve a set of personal rights and assert them without undue anxiety or guilt. Enjoy myself and my life. Pause, breathe, and notice where your thoughts go. Have you ever seen a summary of primary needs like this before? Would you add anything to this summary? Do you agree that every child and adult has a dynamic mix of these needs, which makes us all true equals beneath of our service differences? I would really love your comments about these questions that I just asked, okay? Does this seem credible that most people couldn't describe all these needs? One implication is that few typical parents are teaching their kids to recognize their primary needs. Anyone, for example you, can choose to develop their awareness of their current primary needs and how they affect their life, relationships, and holistic health. Note that is any situation each person will have a different set of these needs and will rank them differently. Do you agree? One definition of social harmony is when people temporarily A. have similar enough primary needs and values, and B. rank them equally. Problems are clashes between subselves or people's primary needs, perceptions, and values. Awareness of this is the first step towards resolving them. Learn something about yourself in this anonymous one-question poll. Who's responsible for fulfilling your needs? Premise. Effective conflict resolution depends on each person or group wanting to accept responsibility for identifying and filling their own primary needs. Maturing is partly wanting to shift from childhood dependence on others for need fulfillment and depending on yourself. Does that describe you recently? People are beginning to learn about the relationship dynamics called enabling. If I take on too much responsibility for solving your problems, unfulfilled needs, I inhibit you from learning how to master them. Thus, enabling is the opposite of empowering, which is what high nurturing parents want to do for their kids and each other. Okay, very good. Yes, I like it. Okay, very good. Because today I had a question about this. What is the purpose of the parents? And my answer to this question is the purpose of parents is to increase one's consciousness. Okay. Implication: if you are able-bodied and mentally healthy, and you expect, are you enabling anyone now? Is anyone enabling you? Implication: if you are able-bodied and mentally healthy and you expect your mates, parents, children, and others to fill your primary needs above, you are setting everyone up to disappointment, frustration, hurt, anger, and resentment. Excessive thought, focus on other person's behaviors and needs can be a sign of codependence, relationship addictions. That's a widespread symptom of inherent psychological wounds and unawareness. Another implication: adults are responsible for helping minor kids learn to take full responsibility for identifying and filling their own primary needs, and for asking for help and filling them when they need it, without excess guilt, shame, or anxiety. Are you doing that for young people in your life? Did your caregivers do that for you? As anyone? We just answer below the questions, okay? Premise: all normal personalities like yours are composed of a group of talented, dynamic subselves like players or an athletic team or orchestra. The subselves who control persons like you instinctively prioritize their on each other's needs. This inevitably creates fluctuating internal and social conflicts, need clashes. A vital social skill is learning how to dig down below your surface discomforts to discern your current primary needs and accept them, and then accept responsibility for filling them. Do you know this with your significant problems? Are you teaching your kids to do so? For perspective, read these examples for digging down to discover current primary needs and come back here. Then think of a current problem, discomfort you have with an adult or child, and dig down to see what each other's of you really needs. Try it. To further appreciate the dynamic array of simultaneous needs, we ceaselessly try to satisfy review this after you finish this article. Communication needs, courtship and marital needs, spiritual needs, and kids development and family adjustment needs. Bottom line, ultimately each able adult is responsible for A. being aware of which sub-selves govern them, and B. identifying and feeling their bodily and sub-selves needs. Helping each other feel current needs is satisfying if you rank your own non-emergency needs as equal as important. Pause and reflect. What are you thinking and feeling right now? Exercise. You are more likely to appreciate these ideas if you try them. Here's an interesting way to do that. Recall needs and emotional, spiritual, and sensory discomforts. Adopt the open mind of a student and choose 30 minutes of undistracted time. Check to see if your true self is guiding you personally or other sub-selves. If not, try to identify which other sub-selves are and why they distrust your self. Breathe well, let go of other concerns for now, and draw a vertical line dividing a sheet of paper into 2 columns. Reflect on your current life and relationships and finish this sentence. Right now I need. Don't edit or compute. Write the first need that comes to your mind on the left column on your paper. Focus on the present moment and ask the question again. Write down the next need that occurs to you. Repeat this until you run dry. Breathe and notice how you think you're feeling, identifying your needs. Do you allow yourself to be needy? If not, where did you get that toxic attitude? Rank each of your current needs from 1, very important, to 3, less important. Focus on one need at a time. Dig down to uncover the primary needs underneath each one. There are probably several. Write them down in the right column of your paper without editing. Do this several of all your needs, noticing your thoughts and feelings as you have time. As you do, take your time. Write when you feel finished. Try saying the first surface need out loud. Then say something like, no, what I really need is the primary needs. Recall that problem solving and conflict resolution are about identifying and filling the current partner's current primary needs well enough. Take each primary need you are that you have identified and ask yourself, what do I need specifically to reduce this discomfort well enough? Notice that any patterns that may emerge in your answers. For example, I need more self-confidence or respect. Or, I need to feel more comfortable asserting my needs to whom. If a primary need is something tangible, for example, I need a good DVD player, dig further. They are usually surface needs. Option. Do this exercise with a partner and discuss the problem of your learnings together. Review the summary of common primary needs above and see if you need to amend any of yours is the right column of your paper. Option. Do this exercise several times in the next week when you are not distracted and see what you have learned. Consider making this a family exercise. For example, at meal at a time or afterwards. At meal time or afterwards. Notice how seldom adults and kids are aware of A. service and primary needs, and B. their current primary needs and important relationships and situations. Option. Journal about your experience and learnings from this exercise, and then read your notes several weeks from now. Notice what you're thinking and feeling about identifying service and primary needs. Then pause, breathe, stretch, and continue to page 2. So, thank you very much for listening to me. Leave the comments, please, of the questions that I asked on this lesson and all the other lessons. I invite you to check all the other videos and the playlists I have for 3D, 5D management. I beg you to leave your comments below, as always. Subscribe, hit the bell button, share the videos on social media, and for donations or consultations, the email is down below. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye!